And this is today's daily truth drop. Self-doubt and external validation. If you think that you have it but others don't, you are sadly mistaken. Everybody has it. So I want to talk about it from the perspective of someone who has created 2 7-figure businesses and still has self-doubt and requires external validation, even as an awakened woman. And it's natural. I'm going to talk about my personal stories, specifically relating to what's gone down the last couple of days, and then how to deal with it. How to deal with it so it doesn't stop you from leaning into your true essence and the truth of who you really are. And so with these daily truth drops, I'm aiming to be as real as possible. I love your interaction. And I want to get to the stage where I'm also bringing people on to talk with them as well. And so I want to give you a little bit of context in terms of my self-doubt story and my need for validation story. So a couple of weeks ago, you may or may not have seen that I created a video on the Audrey Marcus saga. And it actually did really well, relatively speaking, for my channel, in that there were thousands of views, hundreds of really, really great comments that I responded to. And I got a whole heap new people subscribing to my channel. And I thought, oh, this is wonderful. This is exactly what I want. I want new people, smart people, people who have got insightful comments, people who are really thinking about the topics and not sitting there labeling people or attacking people, but are really thoughtful about the concepts that I'm bringing forward and speaking about them in a way that is really open and kind. And so I had a really, really great response to that video, and I thought, well, I want to capitalize on that and then create another video which is related. And so my plan was to do a second video last Sunday because what I've decided to do every week is actually create a video which has taken a lot of thought. And I've sat there and thought about the logical arguments needed in a very centered and non-judgmental way, and to bring a lot of value to people, because in this day and age there's a lot of noise. There are a lot of people giving opinions just to get their face online. They're not thought to what they're actually saying in terms of adding value to the discussion. And so that's what I'm aiming to do once a week. But last Saturday, when I got out of bed, the universe had other plans for me. It actually knocked me over. And what happened was the room started spinning and I thought, oh, that's weird, I'm getting dizzy. And then as I walked to the bathroom, I literally could not hold myself up. I fell down. I didn't know what was going on. I just fell down and I had no balance. I couldn't get myself up. I ended up having to crawl to the bathroom and then crawl back to bed. So as I was sitting up in bed wondering what the hell is going on, why is my head spinning, why is the room spinning, and why can't I get out of bed so I can do my second video, I then remembered that I have a firm belief that there are no accidents in this magical, divine, incredible universe. Everything, every single little thing, no matter how small, is divinely crafted for you and not against you. And so I thought, what's the universe doing right now? Why am I slowed down like this? And then I thought about it. Well, rather, I meditated on it. I closed my eyes, and what came to me was that this video that I was going to do, the purpose of it was the small me was actually going to do it, not the big me, not my higher self. The small me was trying to capitalize on an audience that liked my first video. But that wasn't what was really alive inside my body. What was really alive inside my body was the response that I actually got from that first video in terms of the comments. And I really wanted to address the tone, the judgment that was coming through, and to really talk about that on a deeper level. And that's what was really alive. That's what I really wanted to talk about. That was the fire that was in my belly. And so I got up eventually, and I did a second video on Sunday. And when I posted the video, I was full of self-doubt, because that's what always happens when you post anything, right? It's like, oh, is anyone even going to notice? Is this adding any value? And so the first 3 comments that came in from that second video, which was posted on Sunday, which was part 2 to the Aubrey Marcus saga, but the heading of that video was, is Aubrey Marcus and the creepy doctor a trigger that was supposed to happen for all of our collective awakening? And the first 3 comments that came back were negative comments. They were like, oh, this is just soup salad or whatever. And then my instant reaction is to take away the video, right? That's what happens when we get criticism, is that we doubt ourselves, that even though that was the truth that I said, even though that I had shared what was on my heart and what was alive within me, I instantly had self-doubt. And it was like, oh, I need to take that video down. Oh no, people are not liking it. And then as soon as I was going to do that, I got a really beautiful comment that was the best on this topic. And it was like, okay, isn't it interesting that all of a sudden when I get this positive comment, I suddenly make it okay to leave the video on? And so I made a decision right then and there that irrespective of commentary, irrespective of number of comments, that's not my job. My job is not to be liked. My job is not to sit there to get a massive platform. All I've got to do is speak my truth. That's it. That's it. That's it. I need to speak about what's alive within me. And so my invitation to you is, rather than being focused on the number of followers, who's watching, how can I add value to the discussion, isn't this something that everybody says anyway? You're here for a reason. You're here to be you. You're here to be uniquely you. You're here to share. And if you are out there and sharing, the right people will feel you, hear you, see you, respond to you. I'm like loving the comments that I'm getting on my long videos every week. It's just wonderful. I just love them. I love them. I love them all. I love the ones that are negative. I love the ones that are positive. I love the ones where they're adding new discussions into the whole dialogue, new concepts, new ways of seeing things. That's what we're supposed to be doing here together. And so if you are feeling like you are doubting yourself, I just want you to know that we all do. We all do. This is coming from someone who previously has had 2 7-figure businesses, one which I closed down. And the reason I closed it down was another story altogether. It was doing really well when I closed it down, but I just couldn't continue it anymore. And there is still self-doubt, like every time you share with an audience on a platform, irrespective of how small the platform is. And let that not be your marker as to whether you should share or not. You are here to share. You are here to be the light. You are here to shine your light. And external validation does not indicate anything. It does not indicate whether you are worthy or whether you are not worthy. It does not indicate whether you have to add value or not add value. All you need to do is be true to who you really are and get out there and speak your truth. And if there's negative comments that come back, yay. If there's positive comments that come back, yay. If there's no comments that came back, at least you're not going to die wandering. at least you're not going to die wondering. And so I would really love to hear from you as to what's alive within you when you hear these words. What's going on for you? And if there's anything that you would like me to talk about or to discuss, I'd love to do that. Please subscribe. And once a week, I will be bringing forward the longer videos where I do sit there and really meditate and think about what is it that I need to bring forward, what is it that I need to share, and how can I create these arguments in a logical, neutral, non-judgmental, enlightening way that will help people let go of the illusion and step into their truth, because the illusion holds us back and our truth empowers us. And so all of that and so much more, sending you all my love from my heart to yours. See you later.